Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the semi-finals of the VocTer Gaming UK Open number 2. Unfortunately, Simba has had to bow out to his opponent Barbaric due to being in a 2v2 tournament at the same time and having a bit of a clashing schedule. And because that was the game I was going to cast, this game is already 2 games in and the score is currently 1-1, so this will be the game that decides all. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Antigua Shipyard, playing as the blue Protoss for Team TLR, we have RobbyG. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner as the green Terran, playing for I have no idea what team, but the winner of the last VocTer Gaming UK Open, we have RobbyG. So RobbyG getting ready to defend his title. As I said, the score is currently 1-1, and the winner will go on to play Barbaric in the final, and the loser will go to play Simba for the 3rd place match. So we currently have, I think Barbaric is a Terran, so we have 2 Terrans and 2 Protoss in the final at the moment, so we will sit in the top 4. So that's very interesting, and not going to mention anything at all. Unfortunately, Shibby did go out to RobbyG, so that shows just what a high-class player he actually is. And this is my first time casting him, so this will be very, very interesting indeed. We are seeing RobbyG just go for the barracks next to his gas geyser rather than anything at the top of the ramp to protect against zealots. Just playing it very, very safe indeed, and going to be throwing a supply depot down the second after that finishes, and another supply depot down next to his main base. RobbyG is going to get in and get the scout off, going to see exactly what's going down. In his main base, he is throwing down the pylon behind his mineral line, and another one next to his nexus, throwing down his gateway and his cyber core, blocking off as much of the mineral field as possible. Very useful for protecting against heady and run bys, and it's just good positioning for buildings in general, because if you get into a really tough position, you can get stalkers behind this area to shoot from behind there, and possibly get a cannon back there as well. And we can see first Marine is out for RobbyG. He's going to use that, scout around, try and catch RobbyG's probe, but that is already off and moving about, scouting around for any sneaky hidden proxies in the 3rd base of RobbyG. And RobbyG just continuing to tech up, getting out the early game defensive Marines in order to keep himself as safe as possible, whereas RobbyG has only just started his warp gate and doesn't look like he's chronoing that. There we go, we'll begin chronoing that. Has already used a lot of his chrono on his probe, so we won't be seeing any kind of early 4-gate, and obviously there is the Nexus for the economy focus build and the first Stalker on the way, which will help, along with the Zealot, deal a bit of harassment and protect against any really early Marine attacks, which it doesn't look like RobbyG is going for, as he is throwing down this early bunker. Second barracks already on the way, as well as the second gas, making it so that he can begin to tech up as well as he likes, throw down the tech labs, throw down the reactors, because it looks like Robby will probably be going for a very bio-focused build, seeing as mech still isn't really as viable as a lot of people would like it to be in the TVP matchup. Zealot going to push in right now, but the bunker has just finished, and that will drive it back, but it takes a lot of health damage. A good micro out of RobbyG, and that Zealot will go down. Didn't have a chance. RobbyG not paying enough attention, and Zealot does get killed off fairly easily. Stalker still heading across the map. It will probably attempt to do some micro, see if it can slip past this bunker, which it can if it heads around the outside, but then it will be trapped inside with what is currently 5 Marines. So that would be a risky move for RobbyG if he were to do it. He is going to do it though. Going to walk straight into the bunker there. Preferably needs to go all the way around this outside. The Marines coming out, and RobbyG once again not paying attention. Gonna have to get out of there too sweet. Takes a lot of health damage, and this is good play by RobbyG here, just catching RobbyG off when he's not paying attention by some really aggressive play. Second Stalker does join the first, but normally in this situation you would have 2 Stalkers, 1 Stalker possibly on half health at most, but this is very low health for a Stalker that's about to go into this kind of micro-intensive movements here. And there we go, a Marauder coming out as well, and it's going to try and focus down this weakened Stalker. It does get away, but takes a bit more health damage. Good job saving it by RobbyG, but RobbyG just being so aggressive, being able to deny anything that RobbyG's doing right now. Very impressive indeed. Twilight Council is on the way for RobbyG, as well as the Forge, so going to go for a very tech-focused build, which is shown even more by the fact the 3rd base has been thrown down. As we can see in RobbyG's base, he is throwing down the reactor on this factory, so which he will lift off and swap it with the starport that is in production to get out as many medevacs as possible, while continuing to get the upgrades for his marines, getting the stim pack upgrade. He will get combat shield, and he will probably get concussive shells for the marauders if he's going against a heavy stalker force, which doesn't look like RobbyG is doing. Getting out charge probably means he's definitely going to be going more for the Zealot Archon force, especially with this +1 ground armor, making it so that these zealots just really don't ever die. So very interesting decision there by RobbyG. I say interesting, it's a very standard build these days, and very good to go against the force that RobbyG is almost certainly going down. Still sticking with the 2 racks for now, just continuing to macro up, get what he needs, get the SCV count. And it looks like RobbyG possibly going for a push out here with what he has, salvages the bunker to get those extra minerals, and throwing out 2 medevacs and a third barrack, sorry. So he's going to push out with what he has here. RobbyG's army is pretty much non-existent at the moment. He has a single sentry and only 2 warp gates. He is building an extra 2 though, and charge will be finished, so he's going to be warping in 4 zealots at a time, and does have these 2 stalkers which will help a bit, but the marauders will chew through those fairly quickly. So we are seeing zealots beginning to warp in by RobbyG, bringing the sentry down so it can join in with the fight. But this is a very dangerous attack here from RobbyG. His stim is already finished, and he's going to be able to deal some serious damage. That was actually a timing attack for the stim. The combat shield is beginning to start, so even if this attack doesn't work, he's going to be able to push through with that. Retreating, he realizes he doesn't have enough. RobbyG realizes he doesn't have enough for that, and RobbyG pushing forward so aggressively right now. We're going to need to see some more zealots. Here we go. Charge is ready, but a lot of them getting caught behind these stalkers here. There's not going to be enough here. Pulling the drones, trying to deal with this. Such good micro here from RobbyG, just killing off everything right now. Zealots melting away, and the stalkers having to be pulled back. This is so deadly here by RobbyG. So much damage being dealt. Zealots being warped in, but only 2 at a time right now. More coming in from behind. That's very nice there by RobbyG, but it still might not be enough. Probes once again being pulled. Medevac's doing some serious healing work. Stalker is going to be taken down right now. Won't be able to micro away for long. More zealots being warped in somewhere, but marines and marauders are streaming their way across the map right now. 2 more zealots being warped into the main base. 3 are already there. And this is looking really bad for RobbyG right now. This army is just pushing in. Medevac's healing it up. I don't think there's enough here for RobbyG. He teched up too much. The army is just too strong here by RobbyG. And RobbyG pushing forward with these zealots, even with the armor upgrade that they do have. It's not going to be enough. A Reaper joins the fight. And GG from RobbyG, and accidentally paused the game. So there we go. Very short game there, but that means RobbyG is going to be moving on to the final to play Barbaric, and Simba will be playing RobbyG in the 3rd place match. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you for the final.